Oh my gosh, you have to get someone to look at what you're doing objectively from the outside. I think the biggest error was that we think we know how to practice and market ourselves. We don't. We had none of that coaching on the way. And I think one of the failings in medicine in terms of training is you do not get given a business head or any type of business organisation. So from that point of view, the quicker you get to grips with that, the more successful and the happier you'll be in your practice. So we are both well-established surgeons, and we created our new business, Rhinoplasty London. And we were aware that how we'd worked in the past was not right. There were plenty of patients, but we were not organised. We didn't understand our business from its inside out, particularly for things like profitability. Were we hitting the right target audience? So our opportunity was to completely start afresh, and we're delighted to have met Pam because she really did open our eyes in terms of how we should develop this new practice based on what was an established surgical business.
We had always worked like the majority of doctors, work and see patients and do the best you can, but we never had that focus on really looking at what we were doing from a business perspective. And in fact, that has meant that we are better doctors as a result of it.
Yeah, I think the biggest advantage is we've worked on our business, not in our business. And it has made us more patient focused, it's made us more dedicated to what we do, and we actually feel better about how we work. What we now have is a really consistent team where I think everyone feels part of the business, and we're in the position now where we can expand. We have a new practice nurse starting, and I think that's going to be really exciting.
And the other amazing thing is that because we have had the regular meetings scheduled at several weeks intervals, that meant that on those days we really focused on the practice. It's otherwise impossible for busy doctors and surgeons to find the time to really sit down and look into the business.
We've already seen the difference in our positioning. We have had an accelerated number of new referrals. We've been able to modify how our practice functions so that we're targeting the group we want. And we feel that we wanted to continue employing her, so we've retained Pam for a further year, at least.
The perspective from which she looks at things is always with integrity and with an ethical mind. It's the best of both worlds. We can continue being good professionals, but with the business head on. Unless you know what it is that you're doing wrong, how are you going to then put it right?
And that really means nickel and diming things right down to the hour of how you work, what your business expense is, how much time you actually physically spend on each of those treatments, and where do you want to concentrate your efforts? First for profitability, and secondly for how you will market and extend your business.